see in a couple of hours. Well, good morning everybody, and welcome back to another walking, hiking, camping, cooking trip away in the van. I'm pushing myself a little bit today. I'm going for a 14.5 kilometre walk, which is around about 9 miles. I'm following a trail on the All Trails app, and it says it'll take around about 4.5 hours. Elevation gain of 557 meters, so I think it's going to be quite hilly. I imagine my legs are going to be absolutely killing me by the end of it, but it always feels really great when you get back to the van after you've done a really long walk. So yeah, it should be a good one. The weather's a bit iffy. It's been spitting with rain a little bit. It says there's 20% chance of rain. I'm hoping it won't be too bad, and we'll get to see some nice views, and yeah, stop off for a bit of soup somewhere. So behind me is supposed to be one of the main viewpoints on this walk, and as you can see, you can't really see anything because it's so overcast. It is actually raining as well, so I don't really want to go too much out in the open. I'd rather stay in the woods just so I don't get too wet. I'm also starting to regret wearing thick trousers on this walk. I didn't think it was going to be too warm because of the rain, but yeah, I'm really hot now. Cool, 1 minute I'm in the middle of the woods, the next minute I'm on top of a hill, and then the next minute I'm walking through a farm. I've also walked through a school as well. I've just passed halfway though, so about just over 2 hours into it. Still got a long way to go. I'm starting to get a bit hungry though, so I'm going to look for a place to stop and have a bit of soup. I think this might be the best walk I've done so far. It's just been really enjoyable, really nice. And I haven't passed many people. There's been a few busy spots, but on the whole, I've pretty much been on my own. And yeah, it's just so peaceful, just walking through the countryside. I remembered my spoon this week, so no dramas with the sunglasses. I've also stopped right in the middle of the path. I don't think anybody's going to come down here because, I mean, we're literally just absolutely in the middle of nowhere and it's a Tuesday afternoon, so I think it's highly unlikely anyone's going to come down here. If they do, they do, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not blocking the whole thing. But in good tradition, we're stopping for a bit of soup. I've got some parsnip, bacon and truffle soup today. I've had this one before, it's really good. And then to accompany it, I have some bread, as always. But this week I've got some sourdough bread. I wouldn't normally get sourdough bread because it's quite expensive, although it is delicious. And the only reason we got it this week is because it was an offer in the shop. So I've got some lovely sourdough bread, a bit of parsnip and truffle soup. I think we're going a little bit posh this week. I bought this windshield as well, just off the internet. I think it was about £5. Very cheap, it's quite flimsy, but it just prevents the flame from just kind of flopping all over the place. Less likely to burn myself or set fire to anything. So just a really cheap fold up windshield. Seems to kind of help with things a little bit and make it a bit safer, I guess. Cheers everyone to another lovely day on the trails. Oh, that's good. Oh, that was delicious. Oh, I'm going to get all this packed away and get back on the move, I think. It doesn't say exactly how long I've got left, but a couple of hours of walking, I reckon. And I've got 28% battery. So yeah, I'm going to put the phone away, get everything packed up and get back on the trail. Oh, I am absolutely knackered. Oh my god. It's 10 to 3, left the van at around about 10:30, 11:15, so yeah, around about 4 hours, just over 4 hours I think, which is pretty much bang on what it said it would take. Let's see how many steps I've done. How do I find that out? Here we go. Oh, 21,000 steps. Well, 20,880 steps I've done. Oh, geez, that's quite a lot, isn't it? That was an absolutely lovely walk though. I think that I would definitely come back here again and I'll do the same walk, but the other way around. Because what I like to do is I like to film the first half of the walk and then have my lunch. And then the second half of the walk, I quite like to just enjoy without having to take the camera out. And there were a couple of times on that second half on the way back here that I wanted to pull the camera out and take some video, but I decided not to do it because I told myself I wasn't going to do that and I was going to enjoy the walk just to myself. The other thing as well is that the second half of the walk is a lot harder than the first half, because on the first half you've got loads of energy and I'm running around with the camera, I'm taking videos of this and taking videos of that, and then the second half it's just making ground and my legs are so tired that I just want to get back to the van. So I think it definitely works by filming the first half and then just kind of not filming the second half. Unless of course I'm going to be going up to like a peak or something and I'd obviously want to get to that point, but yeah, it seems to work quite well that way. Oh, time to have a shower I think, and then try and get some energy back before I cook some dinner. Oh dear. There's nothing quite like pasta for refueling. If you've had a tiring day, there's just nothing quite like it, is there? I did quite fancy sitting outside today, but the temperature's dropped and it's a bit chilly, so I figured I'd just stay in here, keep the door shut, or nearly shut. So this is where we're parking tonight, everyone. As you can see, it's another completely empty car park in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes it's tricky to find somewhere that's level, so I think today we're leaning forwards a bit, which is fine. It means that the water from the shower can drain down the plug rather than flooding into the van, and also I can lay the right way in bed this evening rather than top to tail like I was last week because the van was leaning the other way. But I've got the whole place to myself, nobody here, hopefully another quiet night tonight, good night's sleep, and yeah. In the cinema this evening we've got No Time to Die, James Bond. I think it's the most recent one, came out 2021, so last year. I'm surprised that's on Amazon, to be honest with you, but it is, and I'm going to be watching it. For pudding we've got just a bit of fruit and nut dark chocolate. I think I'll have maybe 5 or 6 squares of that. I'm going to settle down, watch the movie, have a bit of chocky, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, I wasn't expecting that ending in the film last night. Anyone who's seen No Time to Die will know what I mean. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to tell you what happens in case you do watch it. But yeah, didn't see that coming. Not at all. Slept really well again last night though. Slept like an absolute log. Probably because I was absolutely exhausted and my feet are still aching a bit. Need to do a few more longer walks and I guess I'll get used to it and be a bit less achy, I suppose. Because that was pushing it a bit. You know, doing 9 miles is a bit much really when you're not used to it. I think I might go for a short walk before I leave, just because I don't have to be back super early this morning, but I need to get back and do things. So yeah, another successful trip in the van. Thoroughly enjoyed it, looking forward to next week. I might come back here again, or perhaps a different car park in the area. I'm not really too sure. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.